After a really impressive victory in the Europa League, we return to the Premier League again for another home game, the third on the trot. In the space of a few days, we've got 2 home games against West Ham, which will mean 4 home games on the trot. Jesus Christ, that is unheard of for most English clubs. But it's nice to play at Old Trafford. We don't lose too many games at home. But I was really impressed with that at Old Trafford on Thursday night. You know, we haven't seen too many of them. They're few and far between at the moment. We do have them, but not too many of them. When we do get a couple of goals up, we generally do get a result like that. But it's for some reason, some weeks we're just not the complete opposite. We're still creating chances, having shots at times, and we're just not putting the chances away. We have been unlucky at times, but it's not always luck. Jose Mourinho has called it bad luck, but if it happens 3, 4, 5 times, when it starts getting on a consistent basis that you're dropping points at home, like we have it in the Premier League, 3 draws at Old Trafford in a row, it's not becoming luck. It's poor finishing and stuff like that. You can't be unlucky. It's like saying you were unlucky to finish second in the Premier League. Well, you didn't win the league because there was a better team. It's like you can't be unlucky over multiple games. 1 or 2 games you can be unlucky, but multiple games no. We've got to keep this run going, get another victory, get 2, 3, 4 victories on the trot. I've been saying this before. Against Arsenal, we should have won that game. That would have put us on probably 3 victories in a row then, with that Feyenoord game, and it would have built momentum. We've got to start in the Premier League though, getting 3, 4, 5 wins together, because otherwise we're never going to shoot up that table and get close to the top 4, or even potentially get close to the league. That will certainly be out of the question if we don't. West Ham have been in poor form this season for most parts. They have improved a little bit. Earlier on in the season they were absolutely at times woeful. They've got a bit better, but they're still down the bottom there. At the moment they look like they're fighting relegation. They're going to be easily safe. There's a lot worse, shitter teams in the Premier League than them. But some of their players aren't performing as well as they were last season, and they are really desperately missing a striker. I'm expecting a similar lineup to Manchester United as we put out in the week. Obviously De Gea will be back in goal. I'm not too sure if Luke Shaw is going to play at left back again for this game, so I probably could well be Daley Blind playing at left back. I'm not too sure on the centre backs. Jones looks like he's getting a place in there at the moment, so it could be Jones and Rojo, and then Valencia at right back. I wouldn't expect Shaw to play 2 games that quick when he's had injury concerns this year. I mean, he's still come back from that really horrific broken leg, and we've got that game on I think it's probably Wednesday against West Ham again, so he'll probably feature in that. It's got to be Carrick, Herrera and Pogba in midfield. I'm a bit worried that he might not play Carrick because he played on Thursday. I hope that's not the case. I mean, he's playing Zlatan Ibrahimovic 2, 3 games in the space of 7 days, so why can't Michael Carrick play? Absolutely quality. Them 3 are the best 3 in them positions at the moment. And then out wide you've got options there. I mean, Jesse Lingard scored a cracking goal coming off the bench. It's probably going to be back to Rashford on one side, possibly Mkhitaryan on the other side. We will have to wait and see. And you're definitely going to have Zlatan Ibrahimovic up front. There's no question about that. I mean, where does Juan Mata fit into this team as well? Juan Mata should be playing. Wayne Rooney as well. There's question marks to be asked. It could be a range of that sort of team. I'm not too sure, but he's going to have to go with some of that team and leave a couple out for that game against West Ham in the League Cup, because you can only obviously play 11 players, and I'm sure he'd want to get through that game as well as win this game. We've got to win them both. We've got to get at least 1 trophy on the board this season. I think a top 4 finish and 1 trophy this season would be a decent season in his first season at Old Trafford. He's still got problems. There's no way everything's all rosy at the moment. I'm still 100% confident that Mourinho will turn this into a fortress at Old Trafford. We will start winning trophies again. He is one of the top, if not the top manager in world football. Has been for a decade or so. Up there, won so many trophies. I'm so confident that he's going to get this right. I really am. I've never been so confident a manager's going to get this right. Even at times under Sir Alex Ferguson, I was worried that we weren't going to win a game here, or we were on the decline at times when we had a bit of a ropey team, when we had the likes of Djemba and Bellion and them sort of players. Even back then I was worried when Mourinho come in and with his Chelsea team overtook Manchester United, and Then towards the end of Sir Alex Ferguson's reign, I was worried as well. But I've never been worried with Jose Mourinho since he's come to Manchester United that he's not gonna sort this mess out. I'm always so confident. Don't know what it is. I've always been confident in Mourinho's teams that they're gonna win stuff because he is just such a fantastic manager. I know he's gonna get this right at some stage, and it's starting to turn around. You can see we've had some 3 or 4-1 victories a lot this season. We've had that 4-0 the other night. We've had them a lot more frequent than under Louis van Gaal for sure. So, I mean, going into this game, we've got to be odds-on favourite. West Ham, as I say, aren't in the best of form. Lanzini, Payet, they're probably their 2 main men. Antonio has scored quite a few goals this season, can cause problems as well. But, as I say, they haven't really got a centre-forward up there. Andy Carroll's their main centre-forward, and he is crocked all the time. I think Daniel Sturridge would be a perfect option for West Ham to sign potentially in January. I think he's a fantastic player. I know he's the bitter Scousers, which obviously I hate, but he would be a fantastic player for West Ham up front. That's where they're really missing, and Manchester United should be comfortably winning this game for me. If we can't get the victory in this game, then there is real problems in the Premier League, and I think if we don't get a victory, top 4 will be almost gone because some of them other teams there are going to win again. And we may only be 6 points behind Arsenal at the moment, but if Arsenal win and we don't win, it's going to be, it could be sort of 8 points. You just, or 9 points. You just don't want to get that far behind. After 13 games, it will just be criminal. But you've got to have a good home record in this league. We're not losing too many home games. We've only lost that one to Man City, so we've got to get the wins because them draws that we've had, 3 draws on the trot. If we'd had a couple of wins and 1 loss, it would have been better. But we will have to wait and see. I think Manchester United are going to win this game. I'm going to go for a Zlatan Ibrahimovic strike and a Paul Pogba strike and a 2-0 victory. I think we'll have too much firepower for West Ham with their lack of goal scoring. I just don't see West Ham getting anything from this game. I mean, Tottenham turned it around and beat them the other day. I mean, they were a bit fortunate too in the end because it was a couple of last-minute goals, but they're letting goals in that game as well. So I'm confident. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll talk to you all again soon.